Hi, my name's Eva Fried, and I'm the fashion editor at the Gazette. Canada was built on the fur trade, and Montreal was at the center of it in our fur garment district. There were perhaps 100 furriers working around Bleury and Mayer and Saint Alexandre and de Maisonneuve 40 years ago. Now there are about 20 furriers left in Montreal. My first NAFEM Fur Trade show was in 2000, soon after I started covering fashion full-time for the Gazette. The highlight was always the Sunday night gala banquet and fashion show. It was exciting. I still remember I wore a red Chinese print Dries Van Noten dress and Helmut Lang high heels for that first gala. It was May and it was hot, but inside the ladies were wearing their stoles. In those days, one would have to cross a phalanx of fur protesters to enter the trade show at Place Bonaventure. The trade show was vast and filled to the brim with thousands of visitors, hundreds of booths, and a fashion show at every turn. The garments were gorgeous. This was a time when innovation was being pushed. There was Polly Lishman of Toronto, of course, who first knitted fur, and Zuki, known as Cookie Zuki sometimes, who sheared and dyed beaver coats with brilliant patterns of florals. Everybody was trying to reinvent your grandma's fur into something lighter, brighter, and younger. Some of the most covetable items came from Saga Furs of Denmark, which trained many of the Canadian designers, and Copenhagen Furs, also Danish, a brand, and the largest fur auction house in the world. They would do minx skirts or dresses, even shoes, for the ultimate in understated luxury. It was gray, it was pale, it was gorgeous. Sometimes the luxury was not so understated. Some years the fashion shows would feature models dripping in jewels and furs for an appeal in Moscow or Dallas, perhaps. Well, over the years the fur fair began to shrink as the Canadian dollar rose and Americans stayed away. Last year was the final NAFEM, the North American Fur and Fashion Exhibition of Montreal, a sad affair, as the once flourishing furriers of Montreal knew they would have to travel to rival Chicago and Hong Kong to make their export sales.